What are your impressions, though it's a very young point in the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's early. I'm trying to figure out the difference between them and Golden State, to be really honest with you. I know Golden State's a little older. Their players get paid, Xavier's don't. But they got a lot of similarities. They can score at a lot of positions. They got a lot of weapons, pose a lot of problems, especially with the way they use Trayvon Blewett. It all, he's the guy that's a problem, and because of him, other guys are a problem because of the way you have to defend him. So they have a great player on offense that forces teams to pick their poison on defense.
It's basketball 101. You have to defend out. Got to defend out, but with them it seems like with their inside-out game, it's almost paramount that you do that this weekend.
Well, that's I'm being funny, but that's the problem when you play a team that can really shoot, and they have a guy that can make guarded threes. I believe he's 47% from three, and a lot of those are guarded. So, and at college level right now, the way he's shooting the basketball, when you pay too much attention to him, and then Miles Davis can shoot the ball as well, guy. We all know that. So then they got other guys, and when they play Mikura, Miles Davis, and Blewett at the same time, now you got three guys stretching you out. Well, they're going to take the ball to the basket now because your defense is stretched. So, although obviously it's I'm being a bit facetious, but at the college level right now, offensively, especially offensively, they're as good a team as I've seen offensively because of it all starts with Trayvon Blewett, but they just got a lot of weapons.
How do you explain to your new kid what this environment's like?
Let the other guys do it. And if they don't do it, we got no chance. There's some stuff's got to come from your locker room. It just has to. Because of coaches, we go every scouting report, we tell you what the other team's good at, and at some point you start sounding like Charlie Brown's teacher. Yeah, exactly. So some things got to come, got to come from the guys in the locker room.
Speaking of that, you said in your presser that somebody had to step up, be that soldier. Have you seen a difference in practice this week with somebody?
We've only had one. We practiced two. We were off Monday. We practiced Tuesday. Unfortunately, Rob Williams and Mike Donalworth, my excellent doctors and trainers that took care of me last year. We have yet to find a way to have a weird science transformation. We can't build Kelly LeBlanc in one day. See, you're trying to get me in trouble, man. Oh, man.
How is Jacob Evans doing as far as the injury front?
We'll see how he reacts to practice this week. For us, if you can't practice, you can't play. So, he's going to try to practice and see how it goes. If he can't practice, he won't play. So,
Did he practice yesterday?
Limited.
This game was downtown for a couple of years. Last year it was here. The comportment of the crowd was good.
I don't know. I missed it.
I know, but are you concerned or interested as to what the comportment of the crowd will be at Xavier back there again for the first time since the incident?
I think that all rivalry games should be about basketball, I don't change my stance on anything. So I think the rivalry game should be about basketball, and I think we should put our kids in positions to succeed and put our kids in positive positions. That's just my opinion on it. As far as what I'm interested in, trying to get a W. Right now I'm worried, in my mind we're playing Golden State, so I don't have time to worry about environments.
You've been through this many.
Their players are a problem right now.
You've been through this many times, 10 years, and you've lived here your whole life. What does this game mean to Cincinnati, the team and yourself?
I'll tell you this, and I haven't been to Cintas Center since that night, but I know this, I'm here all the time, and I watch film, and I don't think there's any banner hanging in either gym that lists who won this game and what year. So I think both programs have evolved past that. Obviously, ours got started a lot earlier than Xavier's with our tradition and history, but they've done a great job in the last 30 years. So I think it's great for the fans, but I just think both programs are bigger than this game. They just are. You know, and it's a credit to all the kids and the coaches from from Xavier and Cincinnati that it's to a point where the game, whatever happens Saturdays, neither one of us are going to have a banner made. That doesn't mean we don't want to win. Trust me. I mean, I think people wearing red and black know that how I feel. But even if we were to win the game, we're not going to hang a banner. Last time we went over there, we got whacked and won our next 15. So, not that I would trade saying that I think that's going to happen, or I would trade that. We're going to try to win. But it's a great rivalry. It's great for the city. All the above. Obviously, my mind's more on Xavier's lineup right now than stuff like that. But I do think the programs are bigger than this game, both of them. And I think that's a credit to what's been done in both programs over time.
Is there a memory that sticks out for you growing up as a child, watching these games when you were young?
Yeah, I knew somebody was going to have to ask me that question. I was not going to get out of here without that question. I'll be honest, I've turned 44. I can't remember anymore. I'm getting older, bro. I'm getting older, so.
What beats the alternative?
There's a lot of the problem is when you get my job, you always remember the double overtime loss. Sticks out a lot. Was Lance Stevenson's freshman year. That sticks out to me. You forget wins. All coaches are like this. You forget wins and the losses drive you nuts.
Nick, Farad Cobb hasn't shot the ball particularly well the last few games after throwing lights out the first 4 games. Is he not getting the same shots? Is it just
I think
shooters good?
I think the high major teams we played, their size bothered him some. And then I thought the other night his footwork was bad. I thought his shot preparation, something that I showed him on film and pointed out to him with his footwork on his shot, because he was definitely wide open against Morgan State.
Shaq Thomas had a good game statistically the last game. What's his progression here lately?
And that's where the stats don't tell the truth. With our senior class, we have got to get toughness, accountability. They got to be guys that we can count on. They got to care the most. They got to give us the most leadership. They got to give us toughness. And if they don't, we will not have a great year. Shaq's one of our 4 seniors. Those guys got to bring it every day. They got to bring the leadership. We've had a lot of talking about that. That's one thing I was able to accomplish. Couldn't create Kelly LeBlanc, but we had a little senior meeting about those guys. They're all great kids, but they got to take ownership and accountability in what's going to happen to their team, because it's their senior year. So that's what I think. Shaq, to answer your question, I think that he's much better passer, and his shot selection is better, hence his higher field goal percentage. And that's why statistically he may. But I'm looking for more defense, more loose balls, more rebounding, and more leadership from all of our seniors, to be honest with you. I'm more concerned with that than Farad's shooting or Shaq's offense.